Keep all around my pre-roll. New Orleans nigga, I'm Creole. She say, babe, does that hurt when I deep throw? I just better not for your T-ho.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
Make a bitch like my pick, yeah. She so thick, hit the bitch once, don't miss, yeah. I'm so rich, yeah, I can bust down the whole little wrist, yeah. I drop my double low with a stick, yeah. When I go to the club, make it rain, yeah. When you go to the club, make it miss. Okay, my session lit, she dry as a bitch. When I smoke gas, I be high as a bitch. Yes, I'm so high, say hi to a blimp. And when I get dressed, I be fly as a pimp. Ain't nobody, I be another Maserati. But the bracelet, it cost me a Mozzie wrist. I got me a brand new Patek gold on mine, just to show you niggas I'm with time on this. Why too thick now? BB stick, Elliot style, dirty clip. If you put your fist down, back my bitch, had that bitch, for the click, nigga blow your house down, leave a blood stain on your couch now, yeah. Blood my wrist, watch you thick now, yeah. BB stick, Elliot style, yeah.
Got a red bone mix, can't give head no spit. Did you catch my kids? Who next? Let me check my list. I just checked out with a T and some Merrill. I keep me some twins that eat me together. They know what I need. I can't complain. In the mat like whip, like catch my drip. That's my bitch, so she match my drip. For the AP, so she match my wrist. I don't think I ever seen her act that thick. Before the ass shot, she ain't act like this. Was a girl before she had that shit. Sitting on the road, better have my split. And I put her by the stove, make her bag my zips.
Blood my wrist, why too thick now? BB stick, Elliot style, dirty clip. Nigga put your fist down, back my bitch, had that bitch, for the click. Nigga blow your house down, leave a blood stain on your couch now, yeah. Blood my wrist, why too thick now? Yeah, BB stick, Elliot style, yeah. Big ol' drip,
That's my bitch, so she match my drip.
bitch like my pick.
I don't think I ever seen her ass that thick.
She so thick,
For the AP, so she match my wrist.
bitch once don't miss.
That's my bitch, so she match my drip.
I'm a freak of league, but I can't let a broke nigga beat. No, we for the streets, so when you see me, nigga, don't speak. Put them straight to sleep. I don't sell pussy, but this ain't cheap. Abracadabra, got rappers and trappers, yeah, I got some tricks on my sleeve. Drama, I'm with the shit. You want a problem, I want a hit. Oh, hoe ass trick, ass ready to snitch, ass and bad, weak ass bitch. My DM is flooded, my AP is flooded, still with this bitch up with the stick. Don't give a fuck, I'm running it up, big lotto, I pop my shit, cause I'm a very freaky girl. Get it from my mama, I'm not with the game, I'm without a drama. Make them give me brain in the front seat of the Hummer. Make them give me brain in the front seat of the Hummer. Cause I'm a very freaky girl. I'm not with the game, I'm without a drama. Make them give me brain in the front seat of the Hummer. Make them give me brain in the front seat of the Hummer. Good, bitch, I'm fine. Make them give me brain, make them give me Einstein. I walked in the meeting, label seen a dollar sign. It took a couple M's for me to sign a dotted line. Slim waist with a booty, this nigga dumb if he lose me. This boy think I love him,
I love it. All right, hey y'all, it's Ratchet Hippie here on Ratchet Wednesday, and tonight we are live with Ariaun Stewart.
Hi everybody.
Yes, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so honored to be on your show.
I'm so excited to have you. It's funny, so we're going to talk about the main thing that you're working on right now, which is called Beyond the Beards.
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about it. So I'm working with Kumar from Our Journey, and I'm also working with Naya from Peaceful Roots, and we wanted to come together to do an event to celebrate Black fatherhood and bringing the community together. So we came up with the idea for Beyond the Beards.
Okay.
So
I like that. So Beyond the Beards is a community event and to celebrate Black fathers. Tell me a little bit more about it. Get into detail.
One of the important parts about it, why we chose to talk about beards specifically, is because it's an important part of the appearance for men. So we wanted to...
It is. And beards matter. I love a man with a beard.
Yes, it does.
We got Christopher on deck tonight. You know?
And we also have Kumar here, and he's going to speak a little bit more.
We got Kumar, and we have Naya as well.
Yes.
It's just that it's COVID. The COVID is out here, so our rules are we can have too many people in the studio room at one time. So we're gonna take them. Each one at a time, and they can give us a little bit more about each thing. But we're here with Ariaun.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So tell me about that. Okay. So we can kind of dive in, and so now since we said that, we can actually talk a little more about just you.
Okay.
And then we'll bring it all back together at the end.
For the event.
About the event. I'll let you talk about the event. You told me what you wanted to tell. As a matter of fact, you didn't finish telling me. We were talking about how sexy men are with beards. Continue.
So you're saying just how important it is to the Black male experience. And also, it's different than what is like the standard norm. So when we were all talking about it, we were like, there's a lot more products out there and information for white men who have beards than Black men. So we're like trying to fill that gap and also speak to the youth. So, like a young man just coming into himself. So we want to kind of get everybody together to celebrate that. And it's also about the barbers as well. We're going to have barbers there giving haircuts.
Nice.
So we want that. And then we're also going to have some performers there. It's just going to be like, good vibes, celebrating Black men and everything that they do for this community and supporting.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. I love it. I've loved it from the moment you told me about it. That's why you're here. Okay. So now we can kind of dive in a little bit into you. So what are the 3 fastest ways to see you? And this could be you as an Ariaun. This could be you as in Beyond the Beards. 3 fastest ways.
Ariaun Stewart on Facebook. Valencia_forever on Instagram. And I have 2 social medias I really use. I actually have a Twitter now.
Okay.
Very recently.
Okay.
It's under I do a podcast about human resources because that's what I do for like my regular job, and I really care about
so cute. I can't even take it.
So I'm on Twitter as c.hr for my human resource podcast.
Okay, dope. Okay, so personally, what are the 3 biggest changes for you in 2020?
Changes.
A lot of changes.
Just personal life changes.
I mean, for life changes, for your business, for your podcast, for any way, the 3 biggest ways you feel 2020 has impacted your life, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I started a new job. I got a new place. So I'm living somewhere new now. So that's a change. What else changed for me? I started my podcast. And I also started doing bookkeeping as well. So that's something else that's new for me this year.
So you offer those services?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Are y'all hearing that? I have a lot of friends, but seriously, I have a lot of friends that do a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times that's the hardest part. It's not about selling it. It's not about promoting it. It's not about making it. It's about making sure all the numbers add up
are in order.
So I think that's amazing. And we like to try to keep it Black and keep it local. So Ari is right here with all those skills and all those things. I mean, she's legit. So what sets you, and this could be you personally or you as far as your business goes, apart from everyone else?
I would say probably like my reasoning. Like I got into doing everything I do community wise strictly because I'm just like I really want to help people. Not saying nobody else wants to do that, but like that's for me personally. Like I want to help. I want to give back. Like any new skill I learn, I want to make sure I'm giving it back to my community. So that's my motivation.
And okay, so we talked about one. We talked about Beyond the Beard.
Yeah.
So my question is, what are the two biggest projects you're working on? But we talked about one. So what's the other biggest project you're working on right now?
That I'm working on right now. Developing C.HR, the podcast. And I'm also working to do a presentation. I want to do like a live presentation that I've created for it. So I'm working on that. And then I would probably say just like my bookkeeping and building that out, like getting more of a clientele for that. So it's still relatively new. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I really think it's dope. Like I said, I think it's really going to help a lot of people. I think a lot of people really need that, especially with 2020 and everything changing. People are at home. People are working from home. You're mailing things, shipping stuff that you probably weren't doing before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's super important. I think you're going to make some bucks and some changes offering that service. I think it's much needed.
Thank you.
Okay. So tell me about your timeline. How did you end up right here?
Oh, man. So I'm going to start with where I also met Mia. So first I came, I grew up in this area, I left, I came back, and then I was trying to like rediscover, figure out like, who to connect with, and then we met at WOW, obviously. And I did a lot of community events there. That's where I kind of got like my hand into a bunch of different stuff when it came to community events.
Shout out to the Wowzers.
Yeah, so that's where I started with the community stuff and doing like the Black Wall Street event and stuff like that. Having like vendors pop up with their businesses and everything. So that's how it started. And then after that, I've been working with Green Screen Studios to like do different events there. That's like kind of been like my next like biggest move there. And then I'm just always doing community events. So that's kind of my timeline, honestly.
Okay.
So
I love it. So how do you perfect your craft?
I study. I love free like information education. So even on my podcast I talk about like Khan Academy and like Udemy and all that stuff, and I just study everything. So when it came to like the bookkeeping stuff, I just looked at what the free information was out there, learned it, and then also having mentors has been super important for me. So like honestly, you've been a mentor to me in a lot of ways. Yeah, because like I mean like even like seeing how you used to like conduct your events, like when I was really there with you all the time, and like how like perfect everything would go if it was a Ratchet Hippie event. No, but like you came together and you made it clean. Like you did a lot of really cool events, and it was still like new to me like how to do that stuff. So I was just like, oh, this is how you do it. So and yeah, with bookkeeping it's Katisha Galashaw. She's my mentor.
Okay.
She's amazing. She helps me out. Like she gives like, I don't know, like anybody who's been doing something for a long time, like who actually gives you their time when it's so valuable is just like, there's nothing better.
Yeah. I think it's important that not only do we seek out mentors, like you said, like no matter how old you are, no matter what you're doing, there's always somebody who's been doing it longer and better than you have. And I think it's super important that we all take our expertise and, like you were saying, give it back. You know what I'm saying? Put it back into those spaces and share with people that are eager to learn. So I think that's amazing that you do always take the time to do that. I think it's beautiful. So what is the best decision that you think you've made for you?
The best decision? You asking these questions. The best decision?
I want to know, Ariaun.
The best decision I probably made is kind of just trusting myself with my decisions, because I feel like I went back and forth a lot when it came to like where I wanted to focus my energy. So I kind of like picked a handful of things and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see these things through. I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna actively like act on it. So just trusting myself, honestly.
Okay. And so how do we apply Ariaun to our everyday lives? It's different. I know usually I'm talking to someone with like a product or, you know what I'm saying, something, something that they can give. So this is going to be a great, I can't wait for this answer. How do I apply Ariaun to my everyday life? How can I take a piece of this?
Like how I am, or like how to find me?
However you want to answer it.
Okay, so my mantra
I like that.
is that the journey is the best part. So if you wanna, like if you're on your journey right now and you need help when it comes to counting or event planning, I'm kind of a coordinator. Like even with this event,
very much a coordinator. Yeah, kind of.
The Beyond the Beard event, like I knew Naya was working on something, I knew Kumar was working on something, and I knew if they came together, they would be even stronger together. So like that's kind of the part I like to play, and then whatever they need in the meantime, like I'm gonna help get it done. Obviously, right. I want to be a part of the event. So yeah, I think the journey is the best part. Like, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and if you need help with any of those things, you can reach out to me.
I love it. All right, one more question. So, what's your why? Why do you do all this?
I do all this because, honestly, I don't know, it makes me feel fulfilled. Like, I feel like there's a point where I was wondering, like, why am I here? Like, what's my purpose? And if I can give back to people, and people can say, like, Ariaun helped me see this event through, then that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I did my part, and that's my purpose.
Okay. All right, I like it. I don't like it. I love it. Is there anything else that you wanted to say about the Beyond the Beards?
Yeah. Well, I can let them speak more on it, but overall, it's gonna be an event to celebrate Black fatherhood and Black men. So you're gonna hear more about it from Naya and Kumar.
Okay, so we're gonna take a little break, and we'll come back with Naya or Kumar.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tell you once, won't tell you twice. I'm real as street, like a thief in the night. I'm rich, but I'm riding. I'm low on this attic. I'm about to fly out and go get me some. Nothing ain't sweet. All this money on me. On the rats in the bag, that's 100 money. Baby OG, I've been running these streets. Got a game for the shine on my mama's son. Learned about the triple cross when I was young, and I know I ain't going, so I keep a gun. I flew to Paris just to buy some Dior. She begging for attention, I don't see her. See how people pop, I wish that you can see us. Me and Catch Plus whenever I go real. I got some niggas in the street won't beat me. I got the industry trying to beat me. I just go race charge, they can't see me. I'm in a Rolls Royce with a Libby. But I'm always right. So I know how to shoot. And I know how to
talk that shit. I love that intro. Like it never gets old. All right. So we're back again. Welcome back. We're back. So it's Ratchet Hippie, and this time I am here with Naya.
Hi.
Okay, so tonight was a little different. So we got 3 guests because all 3 of them are playing a really big role in this event that they have coming up. So I really didn't want to short-sight anyone and just bring one person in to talk about it or about themselves or about what they're doing in the community, because I think it's amazing and I think it's great. So I really want to give everyone their time to shine. So we're gonna run through our 9 questions real quick. We're gonna get Kumar in. Okay. So I don't know. I don't think you've ever been to one, but I always say this in the beginning. I used to do business speed dating. And you would get like 2 minutes to talk to the person that was like right in front of you. What are you doing? Where are you from? What are you trying to do? Whatever. So I try to do it like that. So we keep it quick, fast. You know what I'm saying?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. All right. You ready, Naya?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So my first question is, what are the 3 fastest ways to see you?
The 3 fastest ways to see me is through text, FaceTime, and call. Like, you will not see me in person. Like, that's the best way to see me.
So, AKA, if you do not know Naya, you will never fucking see her.
You'll see me maybe in Walmart with 2 kids. That's it.
Can we see you on Facebook?
You can.
Can you give us your Facebook?
My Facebook is Naya Boyd. You can follow Peaceful Roots. That's my nonprofit. Our nonprofit for the community based straight out of Springfield.
So I've been seeing Peaceful Roots is everywhere. There's like a group for
Yes.
Peaceful Roots that has a whole lot of stuff in there. A whole lot of people. I know you put in a lot of events this summer.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you want to name a few right quick?
Okay, so we did the Peaceful Roots Art Protest on Juneteenth. We did the Black Wall Street with Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Real Recognized Fake. It was like a lot of
Shout
people.
out to Tiff.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in Springfield that came together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we did the part 2 Black Wall Street.
Right.
So then now we're trying to do the Beyond the Beards.
Okay, this is amazing. This is great. You're great. You're amazing.
Thank
okay.
you.
So what was the biggest change for you in 2020?
The pandemic. The pandemic. It don't make no sense.
Okay, right. I hear that. That's what happened. That's what changed.
That's what changed.
I agree.
Yeah, it's like when everything stops, when the government stops, and you have to kind of like fend for yourself. That's a different type of struggle. Like you really find who you are in that time.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, what sets you apart from everyone else? What sets Peaceful Roots apart from everyone else?
I think for Peaceful Roots, it's more like we're trying to work for the community. It's not like we're putting on a name for Naya. Most people don't know who I am. But it's just like, I just want to put on for the community because there's so much greatness in Springfield, period.
Right?
Like, Springfield's so bomb.
I say it all the time.
Yeah, so that's really the goal. Like, all of us need a platform, and that platform is going to get us out. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. What are the two biggest, and we already talked about one because we talked about Beyond the Beards. So give me one more. What is another really big project you're working on right now?
So another big project I'm working on right now is actually trying to do a pop-up gallery for artists. Like, basically a vending event for artists.
Okay.
Yeah, it's strictly for artists and horticulture. So we could just, like, get artists on, too. Like, artists need to start getting paid for what they do.
Okay.
You know, like, it's really important.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm working on a little something, too. Okay.
Yes.
Listen, we'll talk when the cameras go off. Let's see. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's see if we can put something together. Okay, so that's dope. All right, so tell me a little bit about your timeline. How did Naya/Peaceful Roots get to right here, right now?
George Floyd. That was the one that really happened. Like, seeing all of that.
That was like traumatizing. It is.
When you see how many people were standing there and how 4 cops had control over the one on the ground, the people in the crowd, it's not
amazing. That I say that all the time. You know, and everybody says like, "Oh, if it was me, I would do this," and if it was me, I would do. And I don't want to seem like I'm that type of person, but I just feel like, at what point is it gonna take for 30 niggas to stand around and say, these 4 cops can't kill all of us?
Just kneel on someone's neck.
Like, we all stood here and watched it out of fear for nothing but a uniform. This symbolism of this star or this shield that they're wearing has that much brain power over us, brain control, that people literally just watch things happen. And it's crazy.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, his brother was there. Like,
it was a whole lot of stuff.
That be a lot of power.
It is
to control like your family members.
I don't know. I mean, listen. I'm gonna tell. I mean, y'all know my sister. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think they would have had to. We would have been. Y'all would have just burned everything down because they're gonna shoot me. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
For real.
They are going to bust a cap because I'm going the fuck off. But, you know, that's just me. Well, you know.
And that's what.
And this is Peaceful Roots, not pop-off roots. So I'm going to be peaceful.
Yeah, and it's just like, that's when we saw Springfield come all out. It was just like, you know what? Springfield it's not what people make it seem. Like, we can get it together. We can act civilized. And that's when Peaceful Roots started. Because it's also me, my friend Lakita. We met up at these events. We work with people in the community like Steph and Semper from 413 Stay Woke, Stay Active. They pretty much was like our mentors in it all because they started the protest.
Okay.
I like what y'all doing.
All right. Okay. So now, how do you perfect your craft?
I meditate. I do a lot of meditation.
I gotta do that.
Yes, do that. It'll come to you.
It's
just
hard.
work all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll work out.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be doing it, but I'd be half-ass doing it because I'd be doing it laying down.
I do it with music. I do it with all types of stuff.
I'll be laying there like I can't quite go to sleep. I'm going to turn everything off and just
people,
think. Like, is that working?
No, that's a misconception that you just got to sit there and just... No. If you got to turn up. Do what you need to do to find your
Once again, we got Christopher in the building tonight.
How y'all doing?
Acting up over there with the buttons. But yeah, okay. So so you're saying I could do that, and if that works, that works.
If whatever works for you, as long as you find yours in and you find yourself.
I mean, I end up falling asleep, but I'd be like, I did turn. I feel like for me, the biggest part is like just making sure everything is off. That silence with yourself, is important. So I try to put that in there. But then I'd be like, should I make sure like I was sitting up in almond and stuff? Right. But I'd be like, I really like it here. Maybe I'm not as crazy as I thought I was.
Honestly, that's my problem. I'd be sitting there in meditation like, do I want to get out of this? Do I want to face the world? Nah.
I'm going to just stay here.
I'm going to just stay right here.
Okay, I like that. All right. So what's the best decision you've made for Peaceful Roots?
I think the best decision I made for Peaceful Roots was like not being afraid and working with people. I think people always have this paranoia like somebody's gonna steal my idea or like whatever the case may be. Like ego kind of gets in the way, and it's just like when the purpose is bigger, your ego kind of just has to sit back.
Okay,
so that's
talk
what
that
I
purpose shit. Shout out to Shani. There we go. All right, Christopher, I see you. You got the Barry White on us. You know what I'm saying? Okay, how do we apply Peaceful Roots to our everyday lives?
Oh, that's a good question. Just try to find unity. Like that's the goal, to build a unity in our Black and Brown community, to overcome systematic oppression. So if we could keep a unity together, that all in itself is just going to do a lot. Yeah, just writing a vibe. Okay. Writing a vibe could do so much because there's a force behind that.
I want to hang out with you all the time. You just make me feel so calm. I like this.
Thank you. Maybe I try. I get a little crazy sometimes.
Oh, don't we all? Okay, so one more question. What's your why? Why do you do what you do?
Because why not?
Ooh, I like that. Because why not?
Why not?
Because why not? Yeah, I gotta hang out with you. I like this. She makes me feel like I smoked a blunt I didn't even smoke.
Light up.
Mom's not watching this. She's not watching this.
All right, so those are my questions. I'm gonna leave it open for a few seconds. Is there anything else that you want to say about Beyond the Beards?
I feel like right now what I really want to say is just like take care of yourself. I feel like that's the message right now for everybody.
So send out.
Yeah, like take care of yourself. Make sure you find your peace and understand like the importance of grooming. Like it's not just something that we do because we feel good. It's an expression. How you look is how you feel. It's how you present yourself. So you don't want to just look crazy out all the time. I do sometimes, but not all the time.
Okay. All right, can we take a quick break?
Yes, we can.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to come back with Kumar so he can tell us a little bit more about his role in Beyond the Beards. Okay?
Gotcha.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, no problem.
All right, you feel the energy?
I feel good.
Feel the energy go up? All right, and we're back. Now, we're here now with Kumar. And we're he runs Our Journey Fitness.
Yes, ma'am.
And he will be here discussing a little bit more about his role in the Beyond the Beards and telling us a little bit about yourself. So first, tell me a little bit about Our Journey Fitness and what that is.
Our Journey is a holistic gym that has been in operation now for 6 years in the greater home of Springfield, Mass. And we've been able to train hundreds of clients at this point and re-engineer our community back to good health. And in that notion, people have been able to fixate their mind on being committed. And we take an approach that when it comes to personal training is unique. And for that reason, we are Our Journey, because at no point in time will you be separated from your trainer when it comes to your sessions, when it comes to your personal growth, because we are accountable to you. And we're going to hold you accountable.
Oh, I like the way that sounds.
Yeah, you got to raise your voice a little bit, because I'm the only deep voice in here tonight.
My bad.
Yeah,
The battle of the berries up in here.
beard gang.
The beard
Okay,
game.
I see that.
Beyond the beards in the building.
Beyond the Beards. I like it. Okay, so now tell me about that. Beyond the Beards. What are y'all doing with that?
So Beyond the Beards is a concept that is formulated around toxic masculinity. And in that notion, when it comes to men, why we grow facial hair and why it's important to us, when it comes to women's health care, when it comes to their own hair care, women emphasize on their hair. They want to ensure that their hair is totally groomed and they're taking care of everything that they have to do. So the same thing that we want to emphasize when it comes to men and young men, we want to make sure that they actually take a consideration when it comes to their personal impression. When people see them, they recognize them as who they are and what they are potentially being. Right now, I'm in a hoodie. Do I look dangerous? Who knows? But
It's a little scary.
hey,
No, I'm joking.
it's good. It's good. It has Nike on it. It's made by Caucasian.
Oh, okay, it's fine then.
So it's fine.
It's completely fine
It's
then.
completely fine. It's completely fine.
Okay, so now I like to go through some questions, and I do it like a speedway.
Not a
We'll
problem.
be in and out. I'm gonna ask you these 9 questions. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the first question is, what are the fastest 3 ways to see you?
Come to Our Journey at 321 Albany Street, Springfield, Mass. 011-05-413-886-3133.
Phone number.
And yeah, that's the quickest way to see me.
That's the quickest way to see
Yeah,
you.
that's the quickest way
You
to
got a
see me.
Facebook?
Facebook is Facebook.com/Keyshawn Kumar Fuquan Alhaj Ibn King Martin Bilal. And Instagram is at Alhaj HD Fit FIT.
And Our Journey has a page too.
Yes.
If you didn't remember that
yes.
long ass name, you just told me.
As
Our Journey has their own Facebook page.
Our Journey Facebook
Go
page
like it.
is Facebook.com/Our Journey SPF, and our Instagram is Our Journey at Our Journey SPF FIT Fit.
Okay. All right. I love it. So, what's the biggest change? I'm going to say you, but when I say you, I'm going to mean Our Journey, because I want to speak to you about your business and what you're doing. So, what's the biggest change for Our Journey in 2020?
We started producing more of a virtual training aspect with the COVID. So with limiting our occupancy, we really pretty much went into virtual training. And that aspect of really launching that and cultivating a program that was conducive to people's environments when it came to the pandemic and the multi responsibilities that they have to balance now with being home with their children, working from home, and potentially just doing many other things.
And has it been working?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Our
Okay.
journey is definitely Springfield's own.
Yes, it is. Okay. So, what sets Our Journey apart from everyone else?
Our holistic approach. This is a gym where we are just not training you for the moment. We are training you to implement a lot of routines within your life to actually promote healthier change. And that re-engineering of that is more of the focus. The physical part is cool, but the mental, like tapping into people's understanding and getting them to change their perspective is the biggest thing that we are able to do.
Some dope shit. Okay. So we already know one. I usually ask what's the 2 biggest projects you're working on right now, but we know one is Beyond the Beards.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what is another project you're working on right now?
We're going to have Self-Invest. Shout out to Self-Invest. She's going to be doing graffiti at our location.
Ooh.
And it's going to be fitness inspired. So that's one of our projects coming up in 2021.
Okay, that's exciting. Okay, tell me a little bit about your timeline. How did Our Journey Fitness get here right now?
Okay, so the expedited version is real quick. We started off as a mobile health and wellness gym. Shout out to my business partner, my brother, my best friend, Justin Yard.
What up, Justin?
We started out being mobile, so we opened up gym memberships at everybody's gym. So then you never had to change where you were going to the gym. We just came in to train you there. And we operated from that. We connected with some good people. We opened up at 441 White Street. And through that partnership, we were able to brand ourselves within the 3 years together. And then once we separated, we opened up at 321 Albany Street. And now we're just running rampant when it comes to the fitness game and
you guys
getting
are.
people to change their lives.
Right, you really, really are. I just, I've been telling everyone about how my experience with you guys when we did the vegan food.
Oh, yes.
You know, how important that was. I love that you guys didn't just give out food. You made sure to give out vegan food and your whole holistic approach. And it's real, it's genuine. And you guys do it all the time. And I love it. I had a great experience just being with everybody there. Everybody's amazing. I really enjoyed
Thank you.
Okay, so now tell me, how do you perfect your craft?
I meditate a lot, and I take time to write things down. If you don't write on paper, you don't make paper.
Ooh.
So with understanding that, everything that I want to see in my fruition of life, I have to write it down. So that's how I perfect my craft. I write it down, like my phone, my notes. It's ridiculous. You can scroll
I'm having a hard time with going to the phone. I mean, like, I'm old. I legit have like notebooks.
No, I appreciate that.
And then it's like sick, because then it's like one, like, this one is for Ratchet Hippie, this one is for personal, this one is for, and the next thing you know, there's like this stack of notebooks on the side of my bed, and all my friends are like, it's like, just put it in your phone, just do it. But I'm like, it just doesn't feel the same. I don't.
This is true. I had to get used to it, but it's the convenience.
It is. It is convenient.
It's just convenience. A thought can come to you out of nowhere, and you can just immediately put it down.
Right, and I really be like, oh, I can't wait to write. And instead, I just carry 4 notebooks. And
you got a notebook for each project.
Break my shoulders off all the time.
Hey,
so I always got a big bag.
That's okay.
Okay, right. As long as I'm writing it down. Okay. So what's the best decision that you've made for Our Journey?
Believing in our opportunities and potential. At one point, you doubt what you would negotiate when it comes to a price for a client for a training session, and knowing what we were worth and understanding that, and just believing in our potential, and that's it. Just understanding that potential that we have is what we believe in.
Okay. And so how do we apply Our Journey to our everyday lives?
Easy. Incremental changes. So when it comes to you making a better decision when it comes to what you're putting into your body, because the body produces everything that produces energy. So when you are taking in food, you are eating the energy you need to produce that type of effort. So if you are eating junk, guess what's going to happen? Your body's going to feel sluggish. You're not going to be able to produce at a high effective rate. So if you put more nutritious and more nutrient dense foods in your body, guess what? You're going to perform like a Ferrari. I'd rather be a Ferrari than,
a hoopty.
Damn.
Right?
And I just had McDonald's.
Yikes.
I always say I made a chicken pot pie.
Okay, homemade?
I didn't make the crust. No.
Okay, but
I cooked the chicken.
Hey.
She got spinners on the
The
hoopty.
vegetables were fresh.
Spinners on the hoopty. Jeez. Okay. I spinach on the hoop. Is your car green? My car's green, so I don't know if your car's green.
I guess it is now because it's
I'm plant-based, but my car's green.
All right, plant-based. Y'all are silly. I'm going to be skinny one of these days. Don't worry. I'm skinny now.
Speaking of
right?
Absolutely. Think about it. The image of
right,
you.
Chris?
Think about it.
Think about it. No, for real. The image of you that you see, if you are happy and content with, and you understand yourself, and you have that self-expression where you walk into a room, you're confident every time you step in, and I always encourage people. Every footprint is an impact to make it impressionable.
Okay.
So if you do that, just like how they say Lizzo, right? people assume that she is not.
Yeah, she's skinny.
This
That's what I'm
beautiful.
saying. They assume because of her weight, she's
Like
not beautiful.
Yeah, no, she's
and because
gorgeous.
of that, she's still gorgeous. And she doesn't, just because, yes, as a personal trainer, as a nutritionist, this will be contradictory to the statement I'm about to make. But just because she is overweight doesn't necessarily mean she's unhealthy.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
She made a thing where she was saying she like legit works out like every day, like an hour or something like that a day, which I believe, especially working and doing the stuff that she does.
Who are we to question that? Like, hey,
Right, you know what, Lizzo? I think you're lying.
yeah, like it's not going to change anything about me.
Right,
It
like
ain't
I
gonna add
don't
value.
understand why
I don't
people.
know
Right,
you.
why does it bother them so much?
No.
I don't get it either, and I think she's beautiful. I do. Shout out to Lizzo. She makes feel good music too, which I really love.
Absolutely.
So she's not feeling that bad. She's producing those kind of records. She's feeling good.
Yeah.
Okay. One last question. So what is your why? Why do you do what you do?
Oh, I love this question. I've struggled to the point to understand that my why is selfless service. And at one point I was running away from it. I didn't want to be a person to actually give people encouragement and give them a change in their mindset. I thought that responsibility was a little bit too great for me. But then once I got the affirmations from multiple sources, I realized that my why on earth is to actually get people to think differently and be more encouraged about who they are and understand themselves. I tell people to be comfortable in their vulnerability and be transparent. That's the only way people will know how to operate around you. And if they don't know you, they're going to miscalculate and anticipate and assume what they should do for you. And if you don't define your expectations, people will miss out too often. So my why is selfless service. I'm here to give people the opportunity to see themselves in a greater purpose.
That was fucking beautiful. Give it up for Kumar.
Thank you.
Our Journey Fitness is amazing. And say it one more time. Where is it at?
All right. Our Journey Fitness is located at 321 Albany Street, Springfield, Mass. The greater Springfield, Mass. Get down. You probably know it as Gasoline Alley. Drive down. You'll see us outside working. It's still warm outside. Even if it's cold, we still going to be outside. No matter what. We got hoodies on.
And they're not dangerous.
All right. We're not dangerous. Just
They're
because
actually
we are.
very nice.
We're nice and athletic.
And athletic.
So,
and, yeah.
Just know that. We're athletic.
All right. I love it. This was a great show. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad
Thank
you
you.
came.
Thank you. Appreciate
And
it. Thank you
this
for
was
having
the
us.
first time a three-way thing we've ever done.
Oh.
Yeah, watch that.
I was waiting.
Ratchet Hippies is in the building.
Wait a minute. I see what the pink walls.
Right. I'm having a good time. Come on in, guys.
Hey,
No, right, but yeah, this was the first time, but I felt it worked out really well. I love that all three of you are your own individual selves, and you found a way to really come together and collaborate and make something bigger than all of us. So tell us one more time about the event. So have we picked a date? I know it was one before, but we changed it.
So our new event date for Beyond the Beards is going to be February 7th, Sunday, February 7th, 2021.
Okay.
Due to COVID restrictions, limiting about 25 people when it comes to occupancy. We got 14 models. You got barbers. We're already at.
Yeah, nobody else can come.
Nobody else can come. So we understood. They said, hey, let's reschedule and let's wait this out and see what's going to happen when it comes to the COVID and just go from there.
Okay. Well, I think it's still a beautiful thing. I know I saw that there is a Facebook event page. So you can click on there, get a little more information.
Beyond the Beards, check us out. Just hit us in the search button when it comes to Beyond the Beards on Facebook, Beyond the Beards when it comes on Instagram, and yeah.
And that's it. Okay, thank you so much, Kumar. And Ariaun and Naya, they're not in the studio anymore, but they were all amazing. And thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. And I just want to give a special shout-out to Christopher for holding us down tonight.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Right? You want to give yourself a round of applause? I appreciate you.
No doubt.
All right, and we're out, guys.
Appreciate it.
All right.